Yeah. Let's go. You know how we coming, man. BoomCast live. I got Coach Q-Pac with me.
Yes,
We about to turn up. Hold on, let me get these links out. And let's go. Yeah. If you tuned in already, drop a comment, show some love while I get these links out. Let's go. Links to the Discord. Okay. My boy Darius. Let me get these links out and I got y'all. Somebody throw it in the chat. Tell the guys tune in. BoomCast is live. Yeah.
Let me copy and paste this shit.
Yeah, boy. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Getting these links in the Discord real quick. There we go. 7 viewers strong. Oh, hold on. So what's up, fellas? What's up? Welcome to BoomCast Live, man. I got Coach Q-Pac in the building with me, and we gonna go over a few things. Hold on, real quick. Getting some static in my mic. I'm trying to make sure everything is good. I'm hearing it on my feedback. I don't even know if y'all hearing it, but I'm just trying to clear that real quick. But I got Coach Q-Pac in the building with me, y'all. We gonna do some overall projections. But first, before we even get into that, we gonna do this. We gonna look around the top 10. Y'all can hear me good, right? Everything good, Q? You hear me?
Yeah, you straight on my head.
I bet. So we gonna do some. Before we get into the draft projections, though, the overall projections at certain positions, we just gonna look around the top 10 and just see some of these top 10 teams that played this week and see how they fit against whoever they played against. We're going to look around the top 10 real quick. I got Coach Q-Pac in the building with me. I got y'all in the building. We just going to chop it up real quick about the games of the top 10s. So this is number 9, West Virginia against Baylor. And, I mean, I don't want to say that it went the way that we expected, because I think we all expected it to be a better game. But a lot of people would have went with West Virginia in this game, so it wasn't a shocker. But I think the shock in this game was like how unclose the score was. Like, you feel me? I don't think nobody expected that. Atomo laid another egg, man. You hate to see it, but I really just feel like he's holding this Baylor team back. Still not running the ball enough in this game for whatever reason. And then Taj, man, Taj has been money, man. I think this kid really stepped it up, and I think I think he's proven himself and showing some coaches, like, if you take a shot on him, whether he's a day one starter and needs some work, or he's behind a veteran, I think that he can prove to be a pretty decent RFL quarterback on the next level. And then Trey Jermaine, another big night. He's stepping it up this year. Got a bigger role this season, and he's definitely ran with it, man. This team is still top 10. Baylor's no longer, in that fight as far as right now, but West Virginia's still top 10. They still knocking at the door. They 4-3, but it's been a lit college series, so that 4-3 is still strong, and I still think West Virginia can make some noise. So what you think, Q? How you feeling?
Yeah, I didn't expect this game to be like this. 31-7. Tajay, he did his thing. I think he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks. I'm not like he's starting to get his shine, like his credit, but he's been balling most of the season, and people really been paying attention.
For sure.
But yeah, I really didn't expect this score. 31-7, a Tomo 4-inch. Well, you could expect that from him, but I didn't expect that Baylor defense to let 31 points. But when you getting put back on the field that many times, I mean,
exactly, you gonna give us some points, facts, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely was just a tough outing, man. But like I said, West Virginia's still in the hunt in the 10. I think that even though the 4-3 record is kind of ugly at this point because the college series been so unpredictable, I think they still in a good spot to make some things happen. So don't sleep on West Virginia, man. It's still early in their case, and they got some very talented guys. So don't be surprised if you see them, inch and work their way right back into that top 5, even top 4. You feel me? So just keep
give me 1 second, bro.
No, you straight. All right, y'all, and then moving on, we got number 7 because Oregon was actually number 8, and they had a bye week, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they had a bye week, yeah. So we had Oregon at number 8, but we on the number 7. Penn State 5-2. Penn State has been looking pretty good this year, man. Penn State been doing their thing. They had another good win against LSU. I feel like LSU has been competing, so nobody expected a blowout. I'm happy that they've just been competitive, man. Aiden Seminole's been okay. Threw an interception in this game, but still had a pretty good game. Dorian Chavis, man, this kid, he do a lot of talking in the chat, always in the VCs. He's been recruiting for Penn State, but he's doing his thing, bro. That running back as well, 22 rushes, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's been looking good for Penn State, man. Penn State has turned it around this year. They 5-2 at number 7, and I think they really got a chance to, build on the success they had. I still don't think that they're like, a super powerhouse or, supposed to be expected to come out and blow out teams, but I definitely think they just, been getting it done and got a chance to continue to have success. I don't think that the Big Ten is nothing too hot, and I think they can continue to do some pretty good things, man. So hold on real quick, fellas. And yeah, let me know what y'all guys think about that game, man. I'm trying to get through this quick because there's some more interesting things that I want to get into, but I definitely want to look around the top 10 before we look at the top 25. And like I said, man, I just think Penn State is at a good spot at 7. They still could be competitive, still could get some things done. And I'm interested to see how this team fares. Where do y'all see Penn State going from here? Do y'all see them going up as far as get cracking that top 5, maybe top 4, or do y'all still think that's too much for them and that maybe they slip or stay right around here? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. But moving on, we're gonna go to number 6, Alabama, 5-1. Bama has been playing strong this season. They 5-1, 22-14 win against Tennessee. Tennessee didn't have Tyon, so we gonna keep it kind of short there. We ain't gonna go too crazy there. We know they would fit a lot better with their starter, but we know he had some Discord issues and led to suspension. So Goldsberry has been able to do his thing for Alabama. I think they have over that spot. Okay, so Goldsberry has been able to do his thing for Alabama and keep them, competitive. We all know about that defense, man. Kazim Cash, he definitely steps up when needed. You got the guy Claude Marbury. He's been looking good. Coach Q-Pac back. Let me get him back up here. But yeah, yo. So I just think Alabama is in a very good spot as well. At number 6, they've been playing some competitive ball. Yeah, 5-1 going into the SEC. Georgia looked like they took a step back. So that's usually a Georgia, Alabama conference. And right now, if I'm being honest, Alabama's just been more consistent. So I got to give them the nod then. Shout out to them Alabama guys, man. They doing their thing. They definitely holding their own. What you think about this Alabama team at 6?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not impressed with this win. Now, let me tell you why. Backup quarterback, he threw no touchdowns, and they still only won by one possession. If they
Nah,
had Tion or Tyon, however you pronounce it, bro,
yeah,
this might be an L.
might be an L. Nah, I agree with you. I definitely agree.
And I think when do Alabama and Georgia play? When do they meet the first time?
I'm really not sure. We got some Georgia guys in the chat, some Bama guys. When do you guys play? But that's gonna be an interesting matchup. But what you was about? I think that's gonna be a crazy matchup. Even though
I
Georgia,
think Georgia
stumbled.
might get them, bro.
Nah, they have a chance to. They definitely have a chance to,
Definitely.
man. They definitely got a chance to. But I do think that the consistency of Bama though has been something to talk about at this point. For them to be 5-1 at this point with the unpredictability of like the college series, I feel like
Yeah.
I do think they could slip against Georgia, a team like Georgia, but I do think it says something about the strength of that team. And I think that the core of that team definitely lies in the defense. You see JJ Reed, he's in the chat, he had Tyler Cage. You know, I definitely think the strength of that Bama core really comes from what their defense is able to do as far as from the playmaking side of things.
Yeah, you're right.
You feel me? But I definitely agree with you. I can definitely see this team slipping to Georgia. I feel like the role switched from last year, where like it's now like where Georgia was kind of like
In the
uh,
driver's seat, like the
in the
favorites,
driver's
kind of in
seat.
a way.
Exactly. I feel like now Bama is in the driver's seat, but Georgia is like that dark horse that's like, all right, don't sleep on us though
That's a
because we can still
fact.
beat you. So it's an interesting like twist there in the SEC right now with Bama and Georgia. But it's fun to watch because it's always been like that with Bama and Georgia since the McCall, Kyle Cash
One of
days,
the best rivalries out there, bro.
Exactly. Definitely one of the best RFL rivalries out there. So let me know what you guys think about Bama at 6. Do y'all think that do y'all see something in the consistency like I said, or do y'all kind of like feel what Q said, like it's y'all see the consistency, but y'all still thinking some holes in this Bama team? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. But we gonna move on to the next game at number 5. We got The Ohio State University versus Iowa. This was supposed to be a blowout. We all thought it would be a blowout, but it just went a different way, man. This Iowa team is looking feisty. They 1-6, but they're feisty 1-6 to almost, shock and upset Ohio State, man. But yeah, Monty Wyatt, I think he still looked decent. Yarrow Wimbush looked really good. Showed you some more of the flashes that we always see from him. I think that he's a guy who's gonna find his consistency on the pro level, because I think he's just super talented and always show flashes. But I just think for whatever reason last year he couldn't get it done with Penn State. It might have been a system, and now Ohio State, he's in a system where he can play very good and do his role well. But I don't think we're gonna see him, be able to play really past or what his potential is because they have so many other weapons. So I
Yeah,
think
they got a
Yarrow
lot of
Wimbush.
weapons.
Yeah, I think Yarrow Wimbush is gonna find his consistency on the pro level though, and really show us what he's able to do. But Ohio State, great teams find a way to get it done. What do you think about this, Q?
Yeah, great teams find a way to get it done, but they better be thinking that boy Pecan, bro. He single-handedly saved this game for them. Was it two back-to-back touchdowns? One to put them to tie it up, and I think the other one was to put them back up. I mean up that
Yes,
7 points. So they better be thanking him, bro. They better been having a celebration for him in that locker room because without him, they losing, bro.
Nah, no, absolutely. I definitely would agree, man. You got some guys congratulating you in the chat, man. So we just gonna pause it right here. And I already said congrats, man, but definitely once again on the show, congrats, Coach Q, man. It's gonna be
Appreciate
fun
y'all.
now, man. It's gonna be fun. You on the other side, so I really don't gotta worry about you. I'm good, but we
Yeah.
see Coach Baker in here saying he looking forward to facing you twice a year. You in the action pack division. But I want to keep it college because we're gonna get into some of that pro stuff. So let's lead into this. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you a moment for the guys in the chat.
I
Yeah,
think if you
I
if you
wasn't talking
talking, your
about.
thing cut out a little.
Yeah, I wasn't talking. My mic was still a little like. Still, I can hear when the feedback is coming, so I'm kind of like bracing for it. But yeah, so like we was talking about Ohio State, man. This team, yeah, they found a way to get it done. It shouldn't have been this close, though, Q. It shouldn't have been this close, Q.
No, not at all. Not to a 1-18 or 1-7 at the time.
That's what I'm saying. So what does this say to us about this Ohio State team this year? Is it a little holes? Do they got a little, championship fatigue? We seen them take the upset loss, and then we see them look rusty in this one. What do you think it is? Is it
Um,
championship fatigue? Like, what is it?
I think it's them underestimating teams. Maybe
Maybe.
I think maybe last year they felt like since they won, I mean, like nobody can touch them. But teams this year don't care. It's a lot. It's been a lot of upsets. So
Nah,
teams
definitely.
this year is going for the top, man.
Absolutely, they definitely are, man. So, yeah, definitely too close for comfort in this game. Ohio State, stop playing with your food, man, because one day you probably could choke, pause, but, like, stop playing with your food, because, you see, like, you don't want to slip a game like this. That would be a tough pill to swallow. But we're going to move on to the next one. At number 4, we got Texas. Texas has been my sleeper all year. This
Oh man.
freshman, Jordan Granger, for whatever reason, man, I don't want to say that defense is like a super catalyst for the team. Defense does play well, but I just think that this kid Jordan Granger is stepping up to the task, and he's really leading this Longhorns team to the promised land. They're 6-1 throughout, like 6-1 right now. Haven't had a bye week, and they only have one loss. Tip Soto has been having his breakout season. He played well last year, but now he's really breaking out and showing that he can be, a serviceable receiver on the next level. And I want to say that they're doing this with like a unknown run game. I'm not saying that Fitzpatrick is bad, but he hasn't been, like crazy good, or he
Yeah.
hasn't done anything spectacular. So, how do you feel about, Tip Soto and this quarterback, this young general, and Jordan Granger?
Um. This Texas offense is dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. The air attack is dangerous. Um. Tip Soto coming to Texas is probably one of the best things, maybe for him and for the team. Um.
Absolutely.
They're winning. I don't view Texas as like a top defense in the college series, but they're winning without a stout defense. So imagine if they had more prospects on that side. Being
Exactly.
already what 6-1,
6-1, yeah. six and
they,
one. Nah, I completely agree.
they have TCU this year too, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me try to see if I can.
Yeah. See if you got the surgery, but I believe so, man. But let me know in the chat, man. How y'all feel about this Texas team, man? This Texas team has definitely been stepping up and been, looking pretty good if you ask me. So what do y'all think about this freshman quarterback Jordan Granger and Tip Soto? Like Tip Soto to me has just been looking like a beast, but I want to see how y'all feeling in the chat, man. I see some guys saying it was lagging a little bit. Is everything alright? Let me know. Talk to me. Let me make sure everything is good. Texas definitely a big sleeper. Gun. I completely agree. Definitely a sleeper. I think that they could shock a lot of the teams that's within their reach. They're at 4, so they're right where they need to be. And I just want to. It almost was an upset for them, but this team still keeps getting it done. I do think we see them maybe lose a game before like playoff and bowl season, but I don't know if it's gonna be that detrimental because I gotta see their schedule. I gotta see their schedule to really get into it. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna go to number 3. And number 3, we got 6-1 USC. They were in a shootout against Arizona State, man. And
Uh,
we saw a lot of things from this kid Jefferson. We know he got the weapons in Erdman, Boston, and Hale. And man, he was showing us what he could do. This 2-5 team is feisty. Now it's another record that you can't be deceived by because this team is very, very feisty. A wild Cougar player. Shout out to Mix in the chat, man. Mix in the building. Shout out to Coach
boy,
Mix.
Rob.
My guy Rob is in the building, man. Wild Cougar. But yeah, man, this kid Jefferson definitely showing some flashes, man, showing us some things. Calvin Poole, he's going to come out swinging, and
He
he
gonna do what he do.
definitely going to do what he doing. He came and showed the young boy, like, yeah, man, we here. We here. Like, we ain't going nowhere because Arizona State was knocking at the door, but USC had to answer every time. And this is what you do when you're a true top 10 team, and you're a true, top
Yeah.
10, top 4 championship contender. This is how you play. You get it done even against, some of the scrappy teams in the ugly games. And we seen this out of USC, and you just gotta love it, man. So how you was feeling about this one, though, Coach? You give you a spill.
Uh, I think Arizona State is they bruh, they a team to watch out for. I feel like they could play spoiler all year. They played spoiler to Baylor earlier. This offense didn't lose a step
Not at all.
from last year. Mo Erdman, bro, he's an underrated receiver. When he played what was it, UNC earlier this year, I think he had 16 receptions
Yeah,
and
man.
had over 100 yards.
That boy.
He's a baller,
Nah,
man.
yeah, he's a bowler, and there's a
He's one of
lot of
those
young bowlers.
he's one of those guys that's gonna fly under the radar. If he decides to enter the drive, he's gonna be a steal in the later
De-
rounds.
definitely, man. Much of the same story for ASU as last year, man. They got the offensive firepower, but I just think
No
they got to
defense.
get some defense, man. They got to get
Yeah,
some recruits to believe in their defense because we've seen what they've been able to do as far as put up points for the last couple of years in series. They're just missing that defense, man. So if you're a prospect, if you're looking to join the RFL, if you're new here, man, or you looking for a team, definitely, man, look up ASU, man. Get some pieces on that defense, and I think y'all could go some places. I don't know if Jefferson is
for
thinking about
sure.
leaving. I don't know what's the situation on Boston and Erdman and them guys, but I think if they keep that core together and add some defensive pieces, they definitely could do some things. So, definitely a close
For
one,
sure.
shootout for USC, but they got it done, man. And this is what you do when you're a top, a legit top three, top five contender. And we're gonna move on to the next one. At number 2, we got TCU, the number 2 team in the country, versus
Mm,
Oklahoma. And this was a very, very close game.
this is a
This
good
was a
game.
battle, very good game. And Allen, man, I was calling him Allen Evening. That's Kobe Bryant, that's my guy. But I was calling him Allen Evening, man. But we just haven't seen the same star power from him. He showed flashes of the old, Allen Morning, but for whatever reason, he hasn't been able to find his stride, and it's hurting his team. They're 2-4. I think everybody expected a lot better, but it is what it is, man. D'Amico Brewer even got going in this game, but they just couldn't carry that momentum, and you just hate to see it, man. So
I I feel like I feel like some of the blame could go to Allen Morning, but I also feel like this receiving group is not good. It's
it's a little bit mid.
underperforming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, I
it's
mean,
underperforming. They're not helping him really.
yeah,
If you really
I could
look
see that.
at the games, they're not really helping him
Nah,
too
yeah,
much.
I could see that. I could see that. I could see that, but I still think though that we just seen a little more out of him. Like, and maybe it is the group around him that's wearing him down, but I just feel like we seen a lot more out of him, and for whatever reason, like we just not seeing the same star quality and star like flashes that we seen from him last year, and that really hurt him, man. But Miles McCain, man, 2 interceptions in the game had us like, oh, but still, just dotting out there, still looking consistent and still was able to, pull it off. Amari called game. So you could really say Miles called game for the second time,
Yep.
this year. And Miles, how about Miles showing that clutch gene, man? He's still a gunslinger at heart, still willing to take some risks. But the kid's gutsy, man, and the kid is just a playmaker, man. You got to give it to him. He got it together this year, went with a group that he believed in and that believed in him, and the results is paying off, man. 7-0. Number 2 in the country right now, and you just gotta love it for this team, this TCU team, man. They really turned it around, and I like it. I
For
like
sure.
it. I love the story. I love the story for sure.
For sure. That's my guy Miles.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all was teammates last year, so
Yeah, so my guy.
So that's definitely a guy, man. My guy Maury called game, no Jettas, was doing this thing out there. 8 receptions, 136 yards, 1 touchdown. This kid is gonna be a serviceable, not even serviceable. This kid is gonna be a good wide receiver on the next level. He's gonna go
Definitely.
somewhere that I just know wherever he goes, he's just gonna find that role. He's gonna embrace it. He's gonna come with the content. He's gonna work on his game. He's gonna be in the gym. And like I just think the future is very bright for a guy like Amari and Shark and Peyton Cash,
Yeah,
and Miles McCain.
bruh.
Like
That
these guys are
TCU
looking
offense
good,
is
yeah.
crazy.
Even the defense, man, holding this team, though, 14 points is not an easy task, even
That's
though they've
true.
had their struggles. So Oklahoma still could fill it up and still got, some decent guys over there that can make plays. So holding this team to 14, that's something to talk about. Rex McCullough is definitely looking good out there. Clayton Zeno, yeah,
Diggs.
Diggs, oh yeah, Giovanni Diggs. Like these guys are stepping it up this year, and they led their team to 7-0. So shout out to them TCU guys, man. They definitely deserving their number 2 spot in the country, and man, shout out to y'all. So we gonna move on to the number 1 and number 10, Miami versus UNC. And Miami, man, the cartel, man, they about to play tonight. They about to play it tonight, but this was another good game, and like the same storyline for Miami all year. As close as you may get, you can't compete with them. It's hard to knock those guys off the block, man. As close as you could get
Yeah.
when you feel like you got your hand right around the neck. The cartel got another trick up their sleeve, man. They got
Them
another
boys.
goon come out the alley and catch you, man. I don't know what it is about this team, man, but it just reminds me of like Lito. He always posting the meme where he was like, "You run up on me, like you gonna get clapped." Like that's just the attitude this team plays with, man. It's like teams run up and they give them a battle, but at the end of the day, Miami, they come out with their bruises, man. KP balled out. It was his coming out party, if you ask me, that game.
For sure.
Definitely
for sure.
shout out to KP, man. He did his thing, like, for sure. I think this was the time that he said, "Yo, Hodge, I got it." Like
Yep.
Hodge still did his thing, but I really feel like KP was like, "Yo, I got you, bro. Like, I'm gonna bring this one home." You feel me? Hodge
Two back-to-back
still
drives,
did his
bro.
thing though. But facts, two back-to-back
back-to-back
drives where like
drives.
KP is like, "Yo, I got you, bro. Like, I got you." So Miami's just tough, man. Raven Gambino even had a good game. 7 receptions, 78 yards. I think they strung it together at the right time. I know you hate to see this being a UNC guy, but Jet Blade, man, showing a lot of potential. And, like, he has so much potential, like, he's really hit or miss, though. Is it going to be Blade or Butter Knife? Like, it's always an in-between with him. The 3 interceptions killed y'all, man. And I just think maybe if you would have threw 2, y'all would have had an extra shot. 1, like,
Yeah.
even with the mistakes, y'all had a chance. But, you just... And I don't want to blame him because we know that this Miami defense could puzzle you, but you just want to see more. More from him. You even got something out of Swan, and
You know what I think killed North Carolina? Like, straight out the gate, first play, interception. Like,
Yeah.
first play, and they what, took it down to like the 3-yard line?
yeah,
So
man.
that going down 7-zip against this Miami team is
It
you
hurts.
just killing yourself.
Nah, definitely, because those guys is nothing to play with, man. And I'm actually liking the timing, man. I'm loving the timing that we at right now. We only 30 minutes in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, man. We gonna have the giveaways today too, so make sure you stick around in the chat because we still gonna do the Patreon every episode. So stick around and get your name in for that. And then we got some interesting topics, man. The overalls. We gonna do some overall projections. I did these overall projections based on last year, so I compared them to the players last year because I know that's how Smitty, Smitty always give us hints on how to do it and stuff. So I kind of try to put myself in his shoes and see what happened last year, and I added some things up. But before we get into that, man, we gonna just do a real quick run through about the top 25, man. Miami at number 1, TCU number 2, USC number 3, Texas at number 4, Ohio State number 5, Alabama number 6, Penn State number 7, Oregon number 8, West Virginia number 9, UNC number 10, Georgia at 11, 12 LSU, 13 Baylor, 14 Tennessee, 15 Washington, 16 Maryland, 17 Clemson, 18 Michigan, 19 Wisconsin, 20 Auburn, 21 Stanford, 22 Notre Dame, Texas A&M 23, Oklahoma 24, and South Carolina at 25. KMJ, shout out to KMJ in the building. Shout out to CC, Glenn Sharp, my guy Triple A is here. Shout out to all the guys that's here, man. My guy Keegan is in the building. But top 25 talk real quick. Q, is there anything interesting about this top 25 that you want to get into? Is there something that you see that you looking and you just like, I think this team got a chance to shake something up and rise, or I think this team is, kind of at the top, but they could fall. Is there anything unusual here for you, or you like it?
I like it, but I'm interested to see how like that top 4, those top 4 teams shake out, because I know Texas still got to play TCU. I think they still got West Virginia. So it's gonna be movement up there.
Definitely.
Just don't know who's moving.
Just don't know exactly. Now I feel the same. I think that the 1 to 5 is very interesting right now because having Ohio State right outside is interesting, and then having Texas in is very interesting because Ohio State is a little more proven, but Texas is that young team that's like, hold on, I fought for this, I earned this, I'm trying to stay here. And then another team like Bama, they're a couple wins and slips from, top teams away from being really right there and being able to seize this moment. So then you still got some teams like West Virginia, West Virginia that I feel like is still in the hunt, Oregon, and then even Georgia at that 11 is kind of like, whoo, because if you look, Georgia's at 11. The same way that Alabama can move up with a couple of wins, Alabama can move up with a couple of wins. So can Georgia against some alright teams, and then when they play against Alabama, they could snatch that right from them and be right there. So, you know, you definitely got to keep an eye on that. And yeah, this is just shaping up nice, man. I like the top 25. I like the top 25.
I don't see no disagreements here.
Yeah, I don't really see nothing. A shout out to the guys in the chat once again. Guys saying Coach Q feels weird. A-Mac saying my guy. Shout out to my guy A-Mac, man. Always showing love, always supporting. My guy Matt Truck, we rocking, man. But yeah, so now Q, man, we gonna get into this RFL talk right here, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
This is a little light segment, and I'm glad I got a coach on here to talk to me through this, man. Did the Grinch still draft miss? Did the Grinch still draft miss? Because listen, man, like I just want to give y'all a walkthrough of what I'm thinking about at the point of making these deals. I'm not the type of guy that just gonna make deals to make deals. Like, I wasn't just trading picks and getting hot with the picks. My goal always was best player in the draft, right? When I think about the college series, right? Oh, ESJ. Hold on, I gotta get ESJ on here too. Hold on. Let me get ESJ on here. Let me get ESJ on here real quick. Hold on. That's crazy. I knew something wasn't right, but yeah, right before we get into, I'm gonna get ESJ in here while we talk about this real quick. My guy Kobe in the building, but let me get ESJ. We gonna wait for ESJ, but I'm gonna give y'all a little walkthrough while ESJ get in here and Q get in. And I'm happy Q here because these are pro perspectives, so they could disagree with me, and I want them to disagree with me so we can have something to talk about, and or not really disagree with me, but just maybe I could see my outlook and then could say, yo, but I would have did this. You know what I'm saying? This is what this segment for. But like I said, my thing was, for me, I didn't have a first-round draft pick at all coming in. I didn't have a first-round draft pick. So coming in at the end of the season, we won our division. We lost in the conference chip. I don't have a pick, right? Mm-hmm. My goal was always, right, to get the best player. When I survey the college series, what I see is a defensive-heavy draft, right? And I also see a draft class in which the best player is a defensive player. I don't think that the best player in the college series is an offensive player. Like, maybe you would have got me. Maybe you would have had me saying Calvin Poole last year was the best player, but it still was a toss-up with him and Keegan. And then I think it's clear-cut to me this year that the best player in the draft is a defensive player this year. Even with Calvin Poole playing good, he's just been good. He's just been above average. He's just been better than everybody else in the college series. But when I look at prior college series, does he impress me more than a Darryl Johnson? I don't think so. Does he impress me as much as a McCall, as much as a Kai Cash? Now, it's like comparable. You get what I'm saying? When I think of a Calvin Poole, I can't put him on a DJ level, but when I think about putting him on a McCall level, when I think about putting him on a Kai Cash level, it feels more realistic to me. You get what I'm saying? I think maybe it's a debate between who is better out of him and Kai Cash, right? And then maybe he just edges McCall to you from just watching the college gameplay. You know what I'm saying? We know McCall's a pro now. McCall's better than him now. But just from a college view, that's just how I feel when I look at Calvin Poole. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's better than the DJ. I don't think that he was better than the Marquise, than the Gino at the college level. That's my take. You know what I'm saying? And then another angle to look at it is the wide receivers are good, right? The wide receivers are good. And the wide receivers have done amazing things with this being a defensive-heavy draft, right? But then when we think about it, we say, okay, the defensive backs in this series are only top 3 heavy. We always go back to the same top 3 guys, which means the rest of the guys, there's a big drop-off. Yeah. So if we're going to say that, then we have to take that same drop off for wide receivers and say that it's only a few teams that's even giving these wide receivers a challenge, as to why we have Caleb Houston, Shark, Amari being able to do the things that they're doing. Not to knock these guys, but when I look at prior college series, I just think that they had less premier corners to deal with. You know what I'm saying? They only got to worry about playing West Virginia in Grooms. You know what I'm saying? They only have to worry about playing Georgia in CC. They only have to worry about playing Savage. Now they have to worry about Ohio State. They had to worry about Ohio State last year because of the pass rush and what the unit did. But now they have to worry about, you know, Howard now, you know, being a corner that can make some plays. So, like I said, these wide receivers are given a little more leeway this year because they aren't dealing with as steep comp as I think that was in past years, you know? So for me, through my process, it's cool to have a bunch of picks. It's cool to have a bunch of, you know, decent players. And looking at the overalls of players, you know, you could find some studs, some 75s, right? Some 77s. But if this draft class is going to be lower like I think it is, I think we have a lot of 70. I think the average overall will be like a 73, 72 will be the average overall, like of everybody. It would be like a 72. So I think we're going to see a lot of the decent playmakers be 73 overall, 72 overall, 74 overalls, you know? We're going to have some above average players that's 75, 77, and so on, but I think that will be a very small list. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, I don't want to reach. I'm not into the business of reaching. As y'all could see last year with my team, I was like, listen, everybody want to develop rookies. I'm taking the guaranteed guys. I'm taking the old guys that I know what I'm getting out of. You feel me? So I'm that same way with the draft. All the picks is cool. To have a lot of picks to get users and make your locker room, that's fancy, is nice, right? But I'm the guy that just wants the best. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like I'm going to be reaching at 10, I'm thinking at 10, what does my team need? I don't have a first round pick in the future. I need to find that. Oh, what else? In this draft, I may have multiple first round picks, but I won't pick again till 5th. I think maybe I can get some similar talent in the 2nd round that I might have got at 10, to be honest. I think that the guy who goes 10 or maybe 9 and 8, depending on team needs, there's going to be guys in the 2nd round that's right there. And we've seen that in last year's draft. We seen it.
That's true, yeah.
We seen 2nd rounders be 78 overalls, and like because of team needs come into play. So for me, it was like, if I can get a first round pick, I had 10. As you can see, I made some moves to get 10. You see, I made that move with the Dreadnought. I got 10 and I got Mixon, which is the 90 overall corner. I wanted to strengthen my secondary. Even though he's old, like I said, I'm not into the reaching business. I'm not going to reach with young guys. I need an old guarantee, and I get the 10 pick from you, from giving you an old 30-year-old lineman, you know what I'm saying, and some draft capital for next seasons, right? Then with Mitchie, same thing. I get me a corner who can definitely be serviceable, 78, 24 years old, and a first round pick. And I will give you all the fancy 2nd round, 4th round, 3rd round. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in all them guys and all that middle. I need Marquise Washington, a 78, 24-year-old who's guaranteed going to be an 83 at least. You know what I'm saying? Cornerback for me. And it's potential to grow there, and I get the 18th pick. That's what I need, because
that was I like that trade for you, not for the Snowhawks.
Okay, cool. So then boom. Now we get to this. Boom. Before we got here, I traded an old defensive lineman, and I traded an old defensive lineman in the 18th pick to the Bulls for 30 and 31. Right before we got here, 30 and 31. That's what got me 30 and 31 from the 18th pick, and then I was able to make this move. If we go back, I just went and got a 90 corner and Mixon. I got Scruggs last year. I got Zamar Scruggs last year. He's an 82 overall, right? Now I got a 90 and Mixon with Ghost, who's the DB of the year. And then you see me get Marquise Washington, the 78 corner, right?
78.
And then right, and then like I said, I got Mixon the 90, and I got Ghost, and I got Scruggs. So now boom, that leads me to this. I trade the 2 picks because like I said, I'm not interested in that. I'm cool. I need the young debt to grow, and I got my guaranteed corner and Mixon. So I get rid of 30 and 31 to get closer to the 1. I get the 4. I still get Preston Roar, a 24-year-old, 76 overall corner, to add to that depth at secondary, to add to my strength. I got 2 veterans, that's very good, 90 overall plus. Then I got the young CB3, who was my CB2 last year in Scruggs, who was a rookie last year, who played phenomenal, star dev, did his thing, right? That's my corner 3. After that, I have a 78 Marquise Washington, and I have a 76 Preston Roy. That's why I get rid of a Sean Abrams, who's a 77.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I get rid of him.
Yes, it's kind of equal trade-off.
It's an equal trade-off. It's an equal trade-off to get rid of these guys, because that's why I went and got Marquise Washington and Preston Roy, because they're higher. Marquise Washington was a 78. Sean Abrams a 77. Preston Roy's a 76. Ron Dills is a 75. Mixon was a 90 overall, and I got him with the 10th pick, and I got rid of a 30-year-old lineman. So now, like I said, now I'm stuck at 4 and 10, right? And what I say is, okay, I got 4 and 10, but now I just walked you through that. I want the best guy. At 10, I'm going to get a guy at 10 that I can get overall comparable in the late second round. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that I could get a wide receiver, right? Or whatever, a wide receiver, a linebacker that's going to be around maybe like a 73, right, to 72 range, to where a top 10 pick will be 75 overall. So as long as that second round pick got reloads and come in with reloads in the dev, and even if he doesn't have the dev, if he come in with reloads, I'm good. I have you got a 75 overall with 10. I got a 73, 72 overall in the second round, and I got a first round pick with the best player in the draft. And remember, we talked about how far the gap is from the best player. I'm pretty sure that the best player in the draft, and we could all act like it's a secret, but nobody's better than Keegan in this draft. No prospect could confidently say they're better than Keegan Myers Jr. Maybe Tyler Cage has a fight. Maybe Calvin Poole has a fight. Maybe. But nobody can say that they're better than Keegan Myers Jr. right now. So if Keegan is a 79, 80, everybody else is significantly below. If I'm being real. So that led me to the trade here. I get what you guys are saying about giving a trade to the T-Birds. However, if we're going to the T-Birds, I beat them when it mattered last year. And with these moves that definitely bettered my team, and with getting the best player, that's all I'm worried about. They can get 2 wide receivers. Them 2 wide receivers is 277 wide receivers, 77 overall wide receivers at most. Anything I haven't played against? I played against London Lions last year, who's higher than Caleb Houston and Sharkley. I played against Fadanikin alongside him, who's higher than Caleb Houston and Sharkley, even if they both came in and we won. So I'm going to bank that I got better. And even if, yes, over time, the receivers will grow, I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about next year. I'm not worried about 277 overall wide receivers when I prepared my corners to be ready for 90 overalls. I got 90 overall Mixon. I got a 94 overall Ghost. I got an 83 overall slot corner.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the 2 wide receiver thing does not bother me, bro. It doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
I think
traded
both
them
teams
a wide
won the
receiver.
trade, honestly.
Nah, absolutely. I believe both teams want to trade as well. I'm just talking my talk, just giving some guys like a walkthrough too, as well as of my logic on this. Like, I beat those guys with better wide receivers last year. So even if they cut Fadanikin or bench Fadanikin and get those 2 wide receivers, what does it do?
Right.
What does it do as far as the Gunners? As far as the Gunners, we beat them. And I still feel like we got better. So even if we still don't add up to a better team than them, they got 1% better, as to where we got 25% better, going to get a young, whatever we need, a young pass rusher, a young Keegan Myers, if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? And and then also we were able to tamper with the draft order so much. And like I said, I'm very strategic in who I trade to and why I trade to them. And most of my trades were to people who weren't really competition. You know what I'm saying? And even when I gave it to somebody in my conference, it was back end picks. You know what I'm saying? It was back end picks as far as Mitchie goes. You know what I'm saying? And then the rest of my trades were out of conference. You know what I'm saying? I sent Joe Johnson to the ARC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I sent Jake Cowser to the ARC. He's an older guy. I sent him to the ARC. We sent the multiple picks.
Voyagers.
Sean Abrams to the ARC. We're good. Like, the only time I gotta worry about those guys is in the reload bowl. You know what I'm saying? So we good, man. We good on that. And I see CC saying I'm like KMJ, man. I hear you, bro. Show me, because I got the number 1 pick. CC, if you really the number 1, show me, because I got the number 1 pick, and we need a corner too. Ghost and Mixon both 30 years old. So show me better than you could tell me. Call my bluff. Make me
I
pick you.
don't know, CC.
Make me pick you. But oh yeah, okay. I
CC
almost gave
my
a
guy,
spoiler.
but I don't know about that.
I almost gave a spoiler. So here we go. And this is perfect timing. It's only 7:46, so we got some time to really talk about this. We gonna get into the overall projections now. I did my homework. Hold on, because I'm about to get another one of those. I bet.
You're
We
top
back.
CB though, CC, without a doubt.
So look, listen, man. I did my homework. I looked at past drafts. I should have had that up side by side with my projections, but I could just look on my phone. But I looked at past drafts, right? And I just looked at what players was. I looked at this class and said, do we have better corners than past drafts? Do we have better quarterbacks? Where do our quarterbacks fit within how other drafts rank their quarterbacks, right? And then I came up with these overall projections. These are all subject to change because we only in week 8, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So don't get butthurt about this. Don't feel no way, nobody. And don't go crazy. Oh, how could you have him at this overall? It's just projections. Everybody did mock drafts. I want to do something different. I want to have the little overall projections and just see what you guys think. So we're going to start off with the linebackers. And, of course, let me get the branding off of there real quick so that way we can see this clear. But
Tyler Cage.
I got Tyler Cage as my number 1 linebacker in this year's draft. Raymond Winner, CS3. Brendan Candidate, which is Defensive Player of the Year, CS3. Raymond Winner, of course, is the linebacker of the year in the RFL College Series. He was a Mackey candidate. He's definitely a Raymond candidate again this year and definitely a Brendan candidate this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, hold on. Okay, yeah. All right, so cool. We back. So yeah, he's definitely a defensive player of the year and linebacker of the year candidate in CS4 as well because he's still linebacker 1. If you ask me, he's still without a doubt the highest overall linebacker in this draft, right?
Yeah,
when you
definitely.
Go back, Jacob Reed was a 79 last year coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Reed was a better, I think, overall linebacker than Tyler Cage because he was a better run stopper and had decent coverage, right? But now Tyler Cage is the reverse. Better pass coverage, but maybe not as much of a playmaker in the run game and run stopping game as Jacob Reed Jr., right?
Yeah.
So now this is why I got him at 78. I think that he's one overall, 1 tier, not a full tier, but a overall or 2 under what Jacob Reed came in as, if I'm being honest.
I can see that.
So I definitely got to give Tyler Cage the 78 here. And then the second highest overall linebacker I think coming to this draft will be Daniel Severio at a 75 overall. The 3 overall drop, right? 3 overall drop because Daniel Severio is not the cover guy that Cage is. He's more of a traditional run stopper, field general type of linebacker. And that's not a knock to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
We got ESJ in the building. Perfect timing for my guy ESJ, man. Because we talking about some, overall projections. You on mute, ESJ, so unmute yourself when you're ready.
Yeah.
We doing pro overall projections. Yeah, I hear you. You good.
I bet.
So we doing pro overall projections, and I said I got Tyler Cage, man, 78. Jacob Reed Jr. came in at 79 as the best linebacker. I think Cage in this defensive heavy draft is like 1 overall below him. I think he's not as good in run stopping, like I said, but definitely better in coverage, and that's why I give him, the 1 under Jacob Reed. I think he comes in at a 78 star. My guy Monty Wyatt and Anthony Gomez in the building. What's up? How do you guys feel about this overall projections? Let me know how you feeling, Q.
So I said I agree with you on that Tyler Cage one. I could see him coming in at 78. I think me personally, I would have Mac and Severio switched.
Okay.
I just feel like I think Mac is, I won't say a better playmaker, but I think he makes more plays for his team. I see a lot of forced fumbles from him. He's decent in coverage. He's kind of like the same play as Severio, but I think he forces more turnovers. So I'd have him.
So you give him the edge. Okay, I could definitely see a case where that is.
And as far as David Leathers, I think I'll put Tank Frost over him.
You would put Tank? That's
Nah,
interesting.
nah. I'm gonna let ESJ have his take, and after I'm gonna come back to that, and I'm gonna
All
tell
right,
you
bet,
why.
bet. So yeah. Jay, talk to me. What you think about these overall projections? I tried to base it off how guys came in last year. Jacob Reed came in as a 79, and I just think Cage is like one under him, even though he has the better coverage. I just think Reed was just overall like maybe one step ahead of him.
Let me see. I mean, yeah, Tyler Cage. You saying you think Tyler Cage gonna be the first linebacker off the board?
No, I'm not saying that. I think that he would be the highest overall linebacker at a 78, and I believe this will be the overalls following him. I think the
Yeah.
rest of the guys have a higher ceiling because of the activity, but I think
Yeah,
if
that's what I'm
just
saying.
player overall projection, I think Tyler Cage comes in at a 78, Severio at a 75, Alvin Mack at a 74, and Leathers at a 73.
I don't know, man. I think I agree with Q about the Tank Frost switch, man.
Tank
Tank
Frost.
Frost. I like Tank Frost since last year, and then this year, he stepped it up a little
Now
bit.
and now this 73 doesn't mean Tank Frost is lower than the 73 because I also think Tank Frost is I would have him around 71, 72, but
hmm
I just 73 I felt like David like all the last players that y'all see is what I feel like is
Yeah,
the best of like that overall. So it could be like equal to or lower than from there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
So
think
yeah.
yeah, I agree with the overall. Uh, James Severio, Alvin Mack. You don't think what about Bane?
Bane, I think Bane will fall in the 72 overall, 71 range. I
Yeah.
think 72 to 71 range because he's a little versatile, but I think the versatile takes away from the one thing that he can do well. Like I don't think that he does anything great. I just think he does a bunch of things good, whereas these dudes have a thing that they do great. You know what I'm saying? Like
hmm
Amac is a big hitter, run stopper. Severio is a field general run stopper, and then David Leathers is a coverage field general. Like he's a cover guy, but he still get to you in a run and still can make plays. So I just felt like these dudes just had the nod. I think Bane is definitely going to be a good player, but I think that he doesn't run stop better than any of like he doesn't run stop better than Severio or Alvin Mack
Yeah.
or really Tyler Cage to me. And then if
hmm
he run stops better than Leathers, I think Leathers' coverage ability supersedes his run stopping ability. As to why I have him a couple of overalls lower, like 71, 70-ish range. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then David Leathers is a champion as well. We've seen the consistency at which he's played this way. You
hmm
know, and I couldn't take activity into overall because I'm looking at it like I'm Smitty. Like I just got to rate this player. I cannot say his activity has
Based off
to
his play, I feel
exactly
you.
just based off his play. So
All
I
right,
think no. Oh, go ahead, Q, because I know you
all right.
wanted to
So
get back into Tank Frost.
yeah, so as far as Tank Force compared to David Leathers, we're gonna go. Well, this is from last year, and then I'm gonna come back to this year. So last year, Tank Force, 143 total tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 13 pass deflections, and 5 forced fumbles. Now, when we go to David Leathers, he has 141 total tackles.
Mm-hmm.
He has 18 tackles for loss,
Mm-hmm.
8 sacks, 15 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, and 4 forced fumbles. He had a better year than him last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
But
see what I'm
now
saying?
when we come to this year,
Mm-hmm.
let me pull
But and
that
then
back
add
up.
the chip. Then add the championship too.
All
You
right,
know what I'm saying? Then add the chip.
all right. I don't. But you know what? I don't think Smitty gonna take that into account though
I
when he
mean,
Yeah.
making overalls.
I just the only thing I think like you gotta have some like I'm not saying that he's basing overalls off of a championship, but when a guy's
Mhm.
able to play that great, like you heard that season, that was a terrific season, and he won the
Definitely.
chip. So comparing him to a guy that didn't have as good of a season as he did his championship year, I think even if they're close this year, David Leathers gets the edge because of having a better season the first season and winning the chip. Like like he had the better season on the championship team. Like, but
I
that's
think you
just
could
my
look at
take.
it both ways.
Yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
can.
And then let's see this year. Tank
And then
Frost.
like
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
stats too. Then I don't want to say that stats do everything because David Leathers made some big plays in certain moments too that I think gave him the edge. And I'm not trying to take away from Tank Frost, but Tank
No, no.
Frost wasn't in the same position. Like he didn't get to play in this big as big of games that David Leathers played and excelled in. You know what I'm saying? Like he
I
didn't
feel
get
you.
to that point. That's my take.
Let's
You know?
also not forget. Let me bring this one thing up this year. Tank Frost is the first person to make Darnell Hodge fumble. Let's let's, let's put that on his resume.
Ah, okay,
That boy
okay,
is a hitter.
okay, okay. Now
That
that
boy's a
boy's a
hitter.
hitter for sure. But so this is the linebackers. Y'all got anything else to say on the linebackers though? No, y'all like it. It's pretty good. It's looking good.
I agree with the top three.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he agreed with the top. They agree with the top three, but they all said that number 4 should have been Tank Frost instead of David
I
Leathers.
feel like it can go. I mean,
But it
either
could go
way.
either way.
Yeah.
But it definitely could go either way. So now we're going to get into the running backs. You just talked about Hodge, and I think Hodge will be the highest overall running back based off what he did last year and this year. ACC championship. Mackey candidate, Gidley candidate. Didn't go home with any awards, but he definitely played well in the first season and got ACC championship. And then this season he just took off on the scene. And I think that's what really separates him from the rest of the backs. It was even a few backs that he's outplaying now that outplayed him last year. Second on the list, D'Amico Brew at 74. I think Hodge's blend of doing everything will just give him that nod over the rest of the backs. Even though, you know, we got a lot of talented guys. I think that Hodge versatility is what really give him the edge over D'Amico Brew, because I think they could have been neck and neck. But I think just the fact that Hodge can do everything is what, you know, separates him from D'Amico, who's more of a like elusive guy, I think, on the next level. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that these guys were better than Mir and Cam Perkins. And those guys came in, I think, 77 and 78. So that's
78.
where, yeah,
With the
78.
superstar.
So with the superstar. So that's where here I brought it down, you know, 3 overalls and was like, okay, let's be more realistic. Hodge is more versatile than them guys, but those guys were really great at what their thing was. And I just, you know, for whatever reason, I just can't see it. Maybe if Hodge, you know, Hodge still has potential. You know, he could definitely work his way to that 77, 78. If he get a chip, if he play well deeper into the season in key moments. But I just think right now he hasn't crossed that hump over a champion in Perkins and then just a fierce competitor in Amir Williams. So we all know Amir didn't even play the full season and still had crazy numbers and just played huge.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's why I just can't put not Hodge over them right there. So I give him the 75. Still the highest overall running back, but just not better than the guys last year to me. And yeah, I got him at 75. D'Amico Brew at 74. He actually won the Worsley last year, and he's definitely gonna be a Worsley candidate. But I just think the OU taking a step back, it's not really hurting him that bad because we still see how great he can be. But it's just when you got a guy like Hodge going off, it kind of just makes D'Amico Brewer take that step back. But I still think 74 is very good for D'Amico Brewer coming in, and I think he's definitely still going to make some plays on the RFL level and be a solid back. You know, like a solid feature back to start off. Maybe in his later years, really become the number one guy. But I think to start off, he's going to be a very good feature back in this league. And then after that, I got Euro Wimbush at 72. He's showing you what he could do in a winning system. He showed flashes last year in a losing system, but now he's showing you in a winning system that he can just excel at that role. We seen what he did last week to help his team, you know, evade that upset against Iowa. He had 2 touchdowns, 82 yards on 19 carries. He's been doing things in the passing game as well, so he's showing his versatility there, and I believe he comes in at a 72 overall. So how do you guys feel about this running back overall projection?
I agree with the Hodge because, like I like to call him, Lil Tevion for real.
Lil Tevion, man.
I think with separate Hodge though. I mean, all these backs they good and they all run good, but think about Hodge, he like a receiving back too at the same time. Like if he getting shut down in the run, like you can pass it to him. If he getting shut down in the pass, he can run. Like it's kind of hard to. You gotta pick your poison. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely gotta pick your poison with Hodge, man. Definitely. Definitely. This kid could do everything. Like you say, he's like another receiver. You could throw him in the slot, have your main back in, you know what I'm saying, and just rock out like that, and it'll be, you know, it's perfect. He got size. He you know what he could do after the catch. So yeah, Hodge is just that guy. How you feeling, Q? How you like this? You know, these running back overall projections.
I agree with this. I feel like Hodge proved that he's running back one. Because D'Amico, he took a little dip this year. while Hodge is still putting up the same numbers he had last year. So yeah, I agree with this.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this was the running back overall projections, man. Definitely got Hodge leading the way at 75 overall. Like I said, none of these backs really tipped the Amir and Cam Perkins iceberg to me. But I do think they were slightly better than like a Jakari Torres. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Jakari Torres came in at like a 74 last year or 71. It was one or the other. But
I'm not completely showing his.
Yeah, and I think like D'Amico Brewer fits that, but just with the elusive version. And I think Kareem Parker could come in as a very good elusive back that can shake up some things in the RFL. I think he's gonna start off like an Ashland Boyd, type of guy in the RFL. Like an Ashland Boyd. Also, what was the other guy? It's another guy I'm thinking of. Ashland Boyd and the guy from the Bisons. Not the Bisons, the Armadillos. But now he's on Brooklyn. It was a little speedy back. You know who I'm talking about? The guy.
Yeah, I know
you're
talking about.
I think Kareem Parker gives me those vibes. So does Euro Wimbush. He gives me those vibes as well. Like an Ashland Boyd, like Ray Jr. type of mold. Those type of guys that just could do. They're good elusive backs, but then they could do some good things in the passing game as well. Yeah. So yeah, then next up, man, we got the defensive lineman right here, man. Shout out to all the defensive linemen guys, man. And right here, we got Keegan Myers Jr., Griggs winner, Brennan winner, Mackey candidate, Griggs candidate, Brennan candidate. He also won Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Lineman of the Year. He was a national champion, and I think he's the highest overall player in the draft this year. And I got him at 79. I was going to say at 80, but then I looked and I seen Jermaine Taylor was at 80. So I was like, would Jermaine Taylor being an 80 at DT? That impact was crazy at DT is why he got the 80 superstar, because what he did at defensive tackle was just unprecedented. Like, you just don't see that. And what we're seeing out of Keegan is you just don't see it often. But we have had Drew Brewers. We have had, these type of guys. We also had a guy, Aiden Freeman, who had 20 sacks. You get what I'm saying? In the same season. Hold on real quick. we had Aiden Freeman, who was right there, had 20 sacks in the same season that Keegan had 27. So, I just think like he was maybe, one minor step below JT. But I still think that this kid is still a generational talent. I think that there's no way you pass on a guy like this. And I do think he's the best player in the college series since last year. So, highest overall player, 79. Aiden Freeman following him at a 75. Had 20 sacks last year. Maybe taking a step back this year. He has 5 sacks through 7 weeks. So maybe that's a step back when you had 20. But I still think he's still a good pass rusher. And I think he finishes the year with maybe around 12 to 14 sacks for Aiden Freeman. So I still got him as a 75 overall, which is still good for a pass rusher to come into the RFL. Right. And then we got Keno at 73. I think he will be more of a, run stopper in his early days till he get comfortable. And then I think you'll start seeing him having a similar impact that he had in the college series in the passing game. But I think Keno is more of a balanced guy as to why he's a 73. And I just think Keegan and Aiden were just more so bona fide pass rushers, and they got the nod on him. So no slight to Keno. I think he's still going to come in and develop well with reloads. Like I said, Keno could come in and start at a 75, 77 with his reloads and his development. And then J.J. Reed Jr., freshman on the list at number 3. I think he will be the third highest overall defensive end when it's all said and done, just because of how strong he's came on. And I think Alabama's in a good spot. So I think going deeper in the season, if Alabama continues and have the success they have, it'll just help him just look good, and he's already been looking good and helping his team to win. So I definitely see him coming in, at 4 here, at 72 overall, and that's a strong 72, because with reloads and activity, this guy could come in and be easily 74 overall, with the morale and all that stuff that goes into Madden. He could be a 74 overall pass rusher, 75 just to start off, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think how you guys feeling about this? How you guys feeling about the defensive line? Is there anything you would change? Am I off anywhere to you guys? Oh, and JJ Reed, yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
I think I would switch Reed out with Tyreek McCall. I know he's a second player, but I don't think Smitty's going to take that into account either. So I think Tyreek McCall is.
That was close. He was close to me too. I also think, like I said, some of these guys I just put 72, and there's other guys that I think will be a 72, but I just didn't put them there because I also do feel like Tariq McCall is right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that you could say that JJ Reed is better than him. So I think that they both would be like a 72, but just different type of attributes, different style of players, different makeups. You know, Tariq is more tall, lengthy, and then you know, JJ Reed is a little wider. You know, like, you know, just built a little bigger. So pause, and then like, so just different builds there, but I think both of them will be around the 72 range, you know. And I just think Keno was just like one step ahead of them. I think Keno could draw more separation from them and start getting in that Aiden range if he beats Aiden this year, because Aiden definitely beat him by far last year, but Keno led in tackles for loss. So I think that if Keno has a better year sack-wise than Aiden, we know he's a better run stopper. I think this is the year that he gets he won't edge Aiden, like he won't pass him overall-wise, but he'll close the gap. Close the gap from 73 to 75 and maybe be like 74 to 75, or if Aiden gets 76, maybe 75, 76 type of thing. So yeah, that's my projections there for the defensive line. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat. I'm seeing you know, what some of you guys are putting up, but I'm still trying to get through this pretty quick because we know we got Miami at 8:30 and it's 8:07 right now. We an hour and 6 minutes in, so probably only run this for like another 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? And we got a couple more topics left. So after this defensive line, here we go. Cornerback. Cornerback. At CB1, I got my boy CC Ekene at number 1 corner with, hold on, guys. I ain't gonna lie, something gotta give, man. My mic keep going out. I keep hearing all the static coming. But we got CC at number 75, man. I think he's CB1. I think that the margin would be a lot further if he made just more plays. Like, I get that guys aren't testing him, but I think I couldn't put him over like Eves and guys last year, like Lido and stuff, because those guys were just more playmakers than him. You know, like, well, I feel like Lido kind of had like a similar, you know, issue during the college series.
And like one in or something like that.
Yeah, but if I'm honest, I just don't know if CC has as much as those guys had, because they were going against better offensive competition to me and still play well. So I got to put CC just a knock behind the last year's draft class guys at 75. But I still think this is very high because with morale, with assistant coach boost, you know, he's still going to come in at like a 77 overall, and then he has upgrades from reloads, so who knows, he may be a 79, 80 from the tip-off, you know. And but I definitely think he's number 1, CB1, 75 overall. Then we got Richard Grooms following him. I think Richard Grooms would be a 74. I don't think that the gap between Richard Grooms and CC is as far as people may think. I think CC is clean-cut number 1, but I do think that Grooms is right behind him. Like, if Grooms isn't 1 overall behind him, he's just 2. He's 73, 75, you know? Yeah, I don't see it being, you know, like 3 points off. You know, I don't really see 3 may be the most, but I still don't see that. Because if you put Grooms that far behind CC, how far is the other guys behind Grooms? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the other guys are that far behind Grooms. Like, I think Savage is just 1 behind Grooms. You know what I'm saying? Because Savage is in the same position where he showed what he can do the same way Grooms and CC did, but teams are not going to him, and I just think he's lacked the big plays that, you know, we seen out of these guys, you know? And then we got Joe Howard showing us some, you know, some good things, great flashes early, but still just a raw project, you know? Like, I still think he comes in as a project, somebody that you have to build and have to really get behind to see the potential in him. I do think he has a lot of potential, but I don't think he's going to come in too high. I think 71 is right up his alley, maybe 71 star. And, you know, you just build with him. You get him on a reload plan, you focus train him, and you make sure he's at least a 78 before his rookie season is over, because he could benefit from, you know, mentor, morale. He could benefit from assistant coach boost. And I just think as a coach, you just want to make sure he's right, and he's at least at, like I said, 77, 78 range by the end of the season. And definitely an interesting prospect moving forward. You definitely want to get him active and get him on a reload plan. and I think he'll be serviceable. So how you guys are feeling about my cornerbacking class and my overall as far as these corners go?
I agree with him. Shoot, on the CP podcast today, I had the exact same 4 top list, so
That's
I agree
crazy.
with him.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Definitely. Yeah, CP, shout out to my boy CP, just pulled up. Definitely, yo, CP, man, we definitely went through some topics. We're going to go back on them on the other list as well after we get through all these lists. But the guys said they agree. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, man. Gomez says, do you think I'll come in as a 70? If I'm being honest, Gomez, you definitely have a shot to come in as a 70. I think what you do in the run stopping in the zone game will definitely, help you get there. If not 70, I don't see you being no lower than the 68. Just being honest, I don't see you being lower than the 68. So around that 68 to 70 range is where I see you. And Chris Williams said he think the cornerbacks overall should be higher. The reason why I don't think that the cornerbacks will be higher is because, like I said, last year's cornerbacks were overall higher than than my projection because they were going against better offensive players, in my opinion. Like, they had better quarterbacks to go against, better receivers, better running backs. And this year was more of a defensive draft. And just with it being a defensive draft and where the top player ranked, I don't see corners being 77, 79. Because then that would mean that these corners would be in the same tier as, like, Keegan, Tyler Cage. And I just don't think that's the case this year, if I'm being honest. I don't think that the corners are Eves. I don't think that they're Alito. I don't think that, not a knock to them because you see they're like only a couple overalls behind, but I just don't see them being, I don't know. What you think? What you guys think?
Nah, I think these overalls is fine because, like you said, they'll be going up into like Tyler Cage and Keegan range, and I don't think so.
Yeah,
Exactly. And I'm not comparing this to season 4. I'm comparing this to season 2, guys. The guys that got drafted in season 2, because those guys are going against, it's different guys. I could go through the list of quarterbacks and what they were doing compared to what they're doing with the quarterbacks that we see now, and even the running backs. Like, the running back class is nowhere near the running back class of that, of Q-Pox players class, and like nowhere near. So I can't put these corners and these defensive players at that same level because they're not going against the same competition. So I can't just have them there. And then I guess I could say, I give y'all the edge as far as consistency, but like I said, when they going against better receivers, of course y'all gonna have better consistency because the receivers that y'all going against, I don't feel like is like to the same caliber of what they were going against. So
you go to rain.
I don't know why I keep doing that, but definitely keep sounding like it's raining or something. But we gonna move on, man. Here we go to the wide receivers. Here we go. As far as the projections go for the wide receivers, I got Devontre Shockley leading the charge, the Guyton candidate in CS3, Guyton candidate CS4. Number 1 ranked wide receiver in CS4 right now. 77 overall. I got him leading the charge at 77. Caleb Houston right behind him at 77. So I think they will be tied there, but I think Shark will go before him, so I put Shark before him on the graphic. Amari Harris, I think, will be the 3rd highest overall receiver at 74 overall. It was some CPU guys that I thought would be debatable, but then if I'm being honest, if TCU goes on to win a chip or just even finish in the top 4, I can't put those guys who had no, impact to give their team success over a guy like Mari who, embraced that number 2 role and still had numbers better than most of those guys. So got Mari at 74. Tip Soto running away with the 4th spot at 73 right now. I think that there will be some other guys at 73 with Tip Soto, but I do just have him at the top right now because he's just been doing some things, man, helping lead that Texas Charge into a good team, and we'll see moving forward what they could do, but this is just it right now. How do you guys feel about my wide receiver overall projections?
I like it, but well, you said you think some people be 73 too, but I'm thinking about DJ Evans.
Yeah,
Baylor.
Yeah, I'm thinking DJ Evans 73. I'm thinking Honcho like 72, 73. So, like, I just didn't put those guys because I got Tip Soto just being, deserving to just be above them on the
Yeah,
graphic.
he
You know what I'm
going up
saying?
this
Right
year.
now, yeah. Like, but I do have those guys there. I do have them there. So
But
I was
other than
about to
that,
hold
I agree with this.
How you feeling,
I
ESJ?
think Houston and Sharkley should be switched.
Okay.
I think DJ Evans might come in at 3, and I think Murray might come in at 4. In my
Four.
opinion,
Okay. That's not a bad
depending
take
on
right there.
I'm just looking at the quarterbacks they got, and DJ Evans quarterback be sometime, so it'd be kind of
Yeah,
hard to
Como is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking too. Cause like, bro, he's doing this with a quarterback like that. He's putting
Yep.
up
Nah,
these
for
numbers
sure.
with a quarterback like that. So I don't know.
Nah,
Yeah.
for sure. I definitely get it, and I just it was a couple other factors as to why like I was just like like I just couldn't put DJ over like Amari, like I said, because the fact that he's number 2 but still putting up crazy numbers, like yeah, the fact that he's number 2, pardon me, y'all, but he's still putting up crazy numbers is to why like I just don't. It's really hard for me to put certain guys over Amari, man. Especially what they doing right now is undefeated. Like his numbers are still competing with the guys that we're saying is over him, and he has the best wide receiver as far as right now goes on his team. So it's just hard
Mm-hmm.
for me to throw certain guys over him. But I would agree, like guys like DJ Evans and Honcho and Tip Soto can make a case to like edge Amari, but it's just a little more that they got to show me, and they all have the opportunity. We only in week 8.
Yeah.
If any of them take off, they could definitely clear that spot. And Trey Durain is another guy who I think is just
Oh yeah, Trey
slightly,
Drain. Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
under these guys. Maybe 72, but could even debate with them. Fight with them for that 73, depending on what he does in the rest of the season. But
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think those guys, all fight around that 73, 74 as far as a lot of receivers go, like these impact receivers. And when I look at the receiving class last year, it wasn't too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when did you come in as Q?
74.
74. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I do see Shark and Caleb being higher than Q-Pop, but can I see Amari, Tip Soto, Honcho, and DJ Evans definitively being higher than Q-Pop coming in? No. Like, I can't. So that's where it's like I kind of got to draw that line and say, okay, even if I got Shark and Caleb 3 notches above a guy like Q-Pop, I kind of got to just be more realistic when I look at Amari, Tip Soto, and guys like that. Like they just got to show me a little more. But
I feel you.
So let me know how y'all feel about that in the chat, though. The guys said that they agree it's some slight things that they would change.
Honestly, to CP Honcho, I'm feeling like honestly like 70, 71.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Honcho comes in at a 70, 71 as well.
And I don't think that's like a knock to him. It's just this is a deep receiver class.
Yeah, it is, bro.
And it's like he doing his thing. I'm not gonna say he's not doing his thing, but I just feel like some people is gonna be ahead, and I think Smitty he's gonna have it like knocked down, like
Yeah.
as far as you go.
To rank these players, you got to think like Smitty. Like
Facts.
that's how
That's
we
what I'm
got to
saying.
think. Like,
Facts.
Smitty gonna be harsh, man. He don't care.
Facts.
no matter how we feel, how they feel, like, hey, it's whatever Smitty feel like, that's what he gonna put. So we got to think like him in these situations.
Facts. And that's what I try to do, man. And I just think like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think Honcho definitely coming in as like which I said 71, but I do think he's an interesting guy where he may get the star at a 71. Like he may get the lower overall, but he may get the star because he got competitive numbers with some of the top guys and competitive highlight plays. But for whatever reason, he is just a step behind them. Maybe it's the team. Maybe it was, just who knows what it was. Maybe it's the size, but I definitely give him coming in at 71, 72. What a dev though. I think Smitty knows.
Yeah, I think he gets started because to me, I feel like he is that Georgia offense, bro.
Yeah, he is. He's like the Tyreek Evans. He gives them the feel. Like they know that they have to play back, so he helps guys, get those little check downs and helps, Best, get to Boogie. So I definitely got that. I see some guys saying, we got Chris Williams saying exactly Hodge. We have to stop with the Nelly not on the level of Amir, etc. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but if I'm being real, bro, I just don't see it. Like, I don't see him being 77 superstar, bro. I don't see Nelly being that.
You also got to remember that they had one season. And the mirror was out for like 3 games or something like that.
Exactly. And still
had
still
put up those numbers.
Yeah.
He missed I think Cam had
Tyreek Hill. My bad, guys.
I think Cam had an extra gain in what you call it?
Cam had like two or three extra games,
and
right?
then Cam is a champion too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he played in Natty too. Yeah, he played in Natty too.
Like,
how can I put Nelly?
How can I say Nelly is better than those guys with that, like, under them circumstances? You know, like, if Nelly get a natty, like I said, I'm saying this is their projection at week 8. But if Nelly gets a natty, like, you know, then maybe it changes the convo. Maybe he gets a step closer. But right now, I don't got him over those guys, if I'm being honest.
We didn't say superstar. We said star, Dad.
Yeah, star Dad. Yeah. I don't think nobody's coming in as superstar. And then for the next slide, what we got? We got quarterbacks for the next, man. I got Calvin Poole coming in as the highest overall quarterback, 76 overall. Because like I said, Darryl came in as a 78. I think he's like 2 notches below Darryl just because even if he's a better passer, what Darryl's able to do with his legs supersedes that, and Darryl's still a very good passer. He reminds me of maybe like a Kai Cash. Kai Cash came in with 76, you know? So, I think maybe Poole it's a debate with that, you know? And then I also think Poole is maybe even a debate with him and McCall, but I just think Poole showed just a little more than what McCall was able to show. So that's why I give him the edge coming in as a 76. Then the second quarterback being a 73 and Monty Wyatt. I do think Monty Wyatt is a champion, you know what I'm saying? So I gave him the nod over like McCall and Owen Jacks and guys like that. They came in like 70 overalls, 68, 69s. So I'm going to say Monty Wyatt is a couple steps ahead of them because he led his team to a natty, man, and this kid was playing good football. He's still playing good football this year. Took a step back, but he's still a champion, and he's still putting up numbers out there. So if I'm gonna be real, I definitely gotta throw my guy Monty there as a 73, Miles McCain as a 71. I don't see him being far better than what McCall came in, what Leo Moon came in with, what Owen Jack came in with. So I give him the 71 because I do think TCU makes a deep run this year and make some special things happen, and I do think Miles will have crazy numbers. So I give him the 71, give him the slight edge over guys like Ramos, McCall, and Leo Moon and them for now. But I think the rest of his play could, even that out and maybe put him at that same range as them, And then Taj Gaddy, same story. I think he fits right in with like just the mold of like Leo Moon, the rest of the like Leo Moon, Ramos, and Owen Jack. I think he fits that same tier. I think he comes in and needs just as much fixing as those guys needed in the prior season. But I still think that he showed flashes and will be a good quarterback. So how you guys are feeling about this list right here?
I agree with it. I think I'll probably push White up to about 74.
Put Wyatt at a 74?
Yeah, I can see him at like a 74.
Okay, at a 74.
Miles McCain, I can see him around a 72, 71-ish.
72, 71.
Yeah, I agree with the list though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give Monty. I didn't want to put Monty too high because I tried to compare him to Kai Cash. Kai Cash came in at 76, I believe, and I was just trying to see okay, they both national championship guys, right? But now Kai did it perfect. He did it with one loss, and then both showed just as much flashes, but I just think the leadership aspect, I think Kai took a little more command on the field at times. Yeah. Even though Cam Perkins really was, the driving force, I feel like Kai took more command than Monty at times, and that's why I edged him. But I could definitely still see him being around like a 74. I don't think that's way off, but that's why I just gave him the 73 and kind of try to keep him below 75.
I agree with it though.
And all these projections was based off, like I said, last year's draft and what the guys was overall wise last year. Yeah. And I try not to be too outlandish, and that was actually the last slide anyway, and it's perfect timing. because the Miami game is coming on in 4 minutes. I don't know if Smitty got a delay or if he's going to be on time. Let me know what he's talking about in the chat, because if he's going to be on time, we're going to get ready to wrap this up. But, yeah, let me know how y'all feel about these lists, man. We could go back into the earlier versions where we got the linebacking list. Tyler Cage, of course, number 1, 78. Some guys said they'll swap AMAC and Severio. David Leathers with Tank Frost. Hodge. We got guys saying that they think Hodge can mess with Perkins and CP. Cam Perkins, but I don't really think so. But I'm not trying to knock Nelly. I think if he win a chip and adds to this already amazing storyline, he can close the gap. But I still think it's a tall task to get past those guys. One is an undefeated champion, and the other one didn't play a full season, but still put up numbers like he played every game. So that's just tough to deal with. Maybe. Okay, Mix is calling it. Mix said he's gonna be a little late, so we can run for a little while. I still don't want to go too long over. Yeah. So yeah.
EA said no love for the big boys.
No love for the big boys. EA, I got you. I got you, because I'm still not done with these overall projections. I'm still gonna do some other guys. I'm probably still gonna do the sleeper wide receivers next week, sleeper running backs next week, sleeper linebackers. I'll do the top linemen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do safeties, so I'll do top safeties. I couldn't do safeties, and I'm like, I need to see more from these guys, to be honest. And I didn't just want to put together names and just say anything. So I'm like, man, these safeties got to show me something, because I'm really not seeing anybody really jump out. I'm seeing, of course, we know Cordell Brown, Braylon King Moore, but, like, after that, it kind of gets spotty. And even with those guys, I don't got a clear grasp of what I feel like their overalls will be compared to last year's. Like, those guys aren't CP. Those guys aren't Michael King, if I'm being honest. If I'm just being honest, these safeties this year aren't those guys. So I'm still going to do more projections, but I like to spread it out, like how I do the power rankings. So now it's fun that I'll have more topics. I could do the power rankings. I could do more overall projections with later weeks. And I just like to spread out the content so I can have more, graphics to post during the week on the page and things like that. So we're going to keep it going. I'm definitely going to get the linemen on there, though. I can't do them like that, because they showed out this year. We got EA, we got Jehovah, we got Olin Shaw, we got Kevin Williams, we got Tank Dominics. We got a couple guys, man, so I definitely want to show them guys some love. And, this is the D-line list. I'm going to do some sleeper D-linemen, man, so I'm going to have some more guys on there. The guy from Maryland would definitely be on there. Tariq McCall would definitely be on there. Even my guy Tyquan Riggs is going to be on there. Still got some edge rushing linebackers even that I want to talk about. Rex McCullough, outside linebacker. Giovanni Diggs, another inside linebacker who didn't get he wasn't on this list, but I still think you could do some things. Some running backs like True Braun, sleeper backs. I'm gonna talk about some generic backs will also be on the next one as far as sleeper running backs. So yeah, man.
Glenn Sharp said show them tight end some love too.
Oh yeah, no, we gonna show the tight end some love too. That was another one that I just didn't want to just overload, and I knew we had a shorter show, so I didn't want to do too much. But I definitely gonna have tight ends on there. Lewis Happ will be on there. Chandler Back, Glenn Sharp, McKinley Weeks, Roy Madrano, guys like that. Definitely gonna show them guys some love as well. I'm gonna do sleeper receivers. That's gonna have guys like Trey Drain, Erdman. What's this guy? Flame Campbell. The wide receiver went at Clemson, Mike what was his name? Mike Sims. Yeah,
Michael Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons. Yeah, so we definitely gonna do some things, man. But I hope you guys enjoyed the topics. I hope you guys enjoyed the overall projections. I hope you guys enjoyed Coach Q and ESJ on here chopping it up with me. If you got any questions, let me know what's up before we finish the stream. Yeah, drop some questions, man. Talk to me. What's up? Talk to me. Talk to Coach Q-Pop. Talk to ESJ, man. What's the word? Let's chop it up.
Mick said the game gonna be at 8:45, so we still got a little.
Oh, the 8:45. So yeah, we got 15 minutes. So we good.
Sending them questions, man.
Sending them questions,
boy,
man. So
ready, boy.
Q, I got some questions, man. I got some questions for you.
Yep.
Going into before they drop their questions, I'm gonna highlight their questions, but while they doing that, going into that division, man, You got the Voyagers. Who else? You got
The
the
Red
Voyagers,
Dragons.
the Red Dragons,
and the Pioneers.
and the Pioneers. How are you feeling? Because the Pioneers, I'm telling you
Nah,
right
yeah,
now,
they can't be slept on, bro. I already
they're
know.
good this year.
I already know,
Then
bro.
you got the Red Dragons up and coming with Coach Davis. You never could sleep on him. And then you can't sleep on the Reload Bowl contenders in the Voyagers. And we all know what Coach Baker could do. How you feeling about being in that division, bro?
I like it, bro. I like it. I want some competition. I'm trying to come in and steal that division from them. That's what I'm trying to do, bro. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
We gonna see. All right, cool. And then ESJ, man, how you feel about having Coach Q in the building? You a player, you a league first guy. I know you like what's best for the league. I know you like, like when guys actually put in the work. How you feeling about this hire for Smitty right here?
I feel like it's good. Q. He don't gotta suffer no more. He actually can. He actually can. Change it around. You know what I'm saying? He don't gotta. Like he said, I forgot what VC was in a while back. He was like, he feel like he can't do nothing about it. So this time it's his chance to, change the organization around.
Absolutely.
Plus he league first, so I feel like he's gonna do good.
Absolutely.
For the River Dogs, I feel like he's gonna do all right.
Absolutely,
River
I
Dogs,
agree,
man.
It's always fun when another league first guy get a job like this, especially coming from a player perspective, man. Because sometimes I be filling out the loop, man. I'm not a player no more. I can't really be in as much convos with y'all as I want to be and stuff. But it's fun now that I got guys like Q coming in that I'm comfortable in the coach's room with, and they new too. So the vets be. I feel like the vets be. I don't feel like they be picking on me in the chat because I probably talk more than them. But I do think that they kind of got like that. They do the little, the old head. They give you the old head look,
Yeah.
So it's good to have some young energy in the coach's room, man. The coach's locker room with me, man. Especially another fellow New Yorker, you feel me? Another New York City guy as well.
Yes, sir.
So it feel good. Feel like we taking over, man. And we got some questions in the chat for you. It say, this is for all of us. Even though Calvin is the best QB, how far do you see him slipping? I honestly think he could slip as far as second round, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think depending on how the draft go, he could slip second round. But I think if people start taking quarterbacks early, he'll go early because the rest of the guys are going to be scared that he's going to go. But I think if they all wait late, everybody will wait late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think second round because I think coaches is going to try to target more the user quarterback.
Yeah. I would agree. So
appreciate it, EA.
Then we got another one that say, Q, how you feel about being a new coach and are you ready to win that division? Woo!
Yeah.
They put you on a hot seat, coach.
I'm hyped. I'm excited. That's the plan though, to try to win that division. I'm trying to steal that division from up under Coach Baker and Coach Davis, but they've been here for a while, so I gotta do my work, gotta do my due diligence, and we're gonna see.
As you should, man. I believe in you though, man. I believe in you.
Appreciate you, bro.
I've been in other Madden settings with you, so I knew that I was definitely confident with as far as like your logic with stuff and like. And like when we be chopping it up in VC about other coaches' moves and logic, like you be on the board with stuff and like I said, I've been in another Madden setting with you with certain trades and moves and I seen like he know his stuff, like he definitely know his stuff and he ain't just gonna go for anything. You know what I'm saying? I think the Riverhogs is in good hands. I think he's I'm not gonna say I think I know he's very active and a league first guy. So I'm interested to see, man, how this new coach is gonna look, man. Him and AW is exciting.
Yes,
sir. They got a nice, good quarterback in McBride. They got Dre Shivers. I think this is gonna be fun to watch, man. Like
we got a young dog lineman too.
Yeah,
that boy.
Connor.
We got that boy Charles Turner in the middle of the defense.
For sure.
Hey, Q already know, y'all. Hey, he ready.
Sure, Q ready.
Yes,
like
ready.
He was very strategic with picking his team. Like I picked my team based on. I picked my team based on being a fan. But I see he really did his homework and he looked up that team because that's definitely a team that you want to take over. Because a user coach can take the Riverhogs to the next level quick. Like I'm talking about this year,
bro.
This year, so
backseat Sylvester Leach, Rainey Shropshire. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
Dre
go
Shivers. Them boys got potential, bro.
Okay, we got some more questions. So drop y'all questions, man. Drop y'all questions in the chat. We here to right at the tip of 8:45. We're gonna get off of here like 8:44. So drop them questions. Somebody said Moolah, y'all going undefeated. I'm never gonna doubt my team. I'm not gonna say it's impossible because Bill did it. So anything I see somebody do, I think I could do. But if I'm being honest here, like, I mean, it's unrealistic to go. Even with Bill doing it, it's still unrealistic to go undefeated in this league, bro. And I'm not gonna even put that expectation on my guys, man. I could tell you that we ain't gonna go nowhere though. That we still gonna snap and that we still gonna be doing our thing. I could guarantee you, my young players is gonna take a bigger role, and my younger players is gonna step up and do some impressive things this year. That's what I could tell you. The undefeated talk is way too early for, and I don't want that pressure on my team. We had that pressure throughout half of the season last year, and I don't want it this year. I'm cool if we take a step back as far as losses, but we still going to be in the playoffs, and we still going to compete. I guarantee you that. So,
Sure.
A-Mac in here said, we winning that thing. River Hogs, bring it back, and I'll bring my hard hat, lunch pail ready for work. I ain't going to lie, that'd be tough. With the ready that roster, and Alvin Mack, that's scary right there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little jealous right there.
Don't say too much, Mac.
Jealous.
So, Q, what draft pick y'all got?
6.
First round?
Yeah, first round, 6
right.
pick.
First round 6. That's realistic to have A-Mac there, man. So you never know, man. You never know.
I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much.
He said he ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, that's funny. But I got a question. How is it important for a coach on making graphics and edits? For me, it's very important. Y'all see everything that y'all see. Paul, my daughter in the back going crazy, but yeah, everything. she want to talk on the podcast too. But all the graphics y'all see on BoomCast and on the Gunners page, I make with my own hands, my own mind, my own brain. I take little ideas from different places and I implement it. So to me, it's very important for a coach to make graphics and edits. I feel like it's our job to bring this creative environment and creative feel to the RFL. If us coaches are not doing it, we can't. Smitty is already booked. The front office is booked. The main page is booked. We need other content, other guys creating scenarios and storylines outside of the front office, and it starts with the coaches. To me, I think it starts with the coaches and then the players. So it's very important to me, and like I said, I'm very interested to see what Q gonna do, man. Cause like,
bro, I'm bringing that content.
You bringing that content.
Bringing that content.
That's what I like to hear.
We putting the River Hogs on the map, y'all.
He said he changing the coaching, man. I think it's gonna be fun to see new branding, a new team page. So I think it's gonna be fire, man. I can't wait to see it, bro. I can't wait to see him brand that team.
I already got some ideas in my notepad, bro.
He already got some ideas.
I've been on my P's and Q's.
He been on his P's and Q's. You love to hear it, man. ESJ, how you feel about this? I know you got a CPU coach, but what's your opinion from the outside looking in as far as just content-wise for coaches and graphics and edits and those type of things?
I like it, man. I feel like that's why I wish, a lot of coaches do it, you know what I'm saying? I remember like team the Jaguars, you know what I'm saying? They put out a lot of like content, like practice, like after the game, like stuff like that. So like when I see like RFL teams do it, I enjoy that type of graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. It's a way to get people to engage in your team too.
And plus, it's like advertisement too. Like somebody can be on Instagram, like one of them other leagues might come across an export page or something. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? They look at it and like, hey.
Absolutely. So we're going to get to the next question. It's about to be 8:40. Well, it's 8:40 right now. And they said, my boy CP said, you switching the scheme, Q, or you keeping what's in? How you feeling?
I'm leaning towards keeping the 3-4 defense. And as far as the offense, we gotta see. I gotta test it. I can't make a decision on that right now.
Okay. So definitely not trying to give you all the tricks up his sleeve, but he said he definitely likes that defense. So we're gonna see what's up, man. We're gonna see what's up. Another question, Christian Williams. Who's the breakout player on the Gunners next year? I believe that the breakout player on the Gunners next year honestly will be breakout player on the Gunners next year. If I'm being honest, I might have to go with I think Zamar Scruggs. I think with us getting Mixon, another, high overall cornerback, I think it takes some pressure off him. He don't have to be the number 2 guy, and I think he's going to abuse those slot guys. He got good size. He got good coverage skills. And I think with him not having the pressure of being that number 2 corner already, like he did it in year 1, but now he's coming into his sophomore year, and he has, we still expecting a lot from him in that spot. But it's just less pressure instead of going against, wide receiver 2s and 1s. So I think now that he's going to be going against slot guys, and he may be bigger, even though that, he may be bigger, and some guys have big slots, but that's where his speed will come in. So I think Zamar Scruggs will do some things. I think Zamar is definitely going to have a breakout season. I think you see him jump some passes and just make some nice plays. And then we also got some packages where that I've been looking into this year when we only in 2 cornerback sets where I put Kobe and Zamar as my free safety and strong safety. So you're going to see a lot of moving around with just my young defense, and I think Zamar is going to break out. I think this year Zamar is really going to break out. I want to say Kobe is right behind him as well because they both were put in a position to start early, and we had a ton of success with these guys starting in their rookie seasons. You know what I'm saying? So with us having that successful year under their belt, playing their rookie season, I think they take that experience, and now that their roles are not as big as they had to be last year because we got some pieces, I think that it'll just help them, play a lot more freer, and I think that they're going to be able to make some more plays. I think Kobe's going to sit back some more in these zones. I think I'm going to have him in the box less as far as sub linebacker. I think I'm going to throw him there less and just let him do some more things coverage-wise. And then, like I said, Zamar in that slot corner, I think he could take advantage. So definitely, I'll have to go with Kobe Bamba or Zamar Scruggs if I'm being honest. I already expect huge things out of Carlton Scruggs and Carlos Luzon. Carlos Luzon was already a 1,000-yard receiver on the Bulls. Well, almost a 1,000-yard receiver, if I'm not mistaken, on the Bulls. So I'm already expecting that from him. And I think he definitely gives us an edge. But breakout, I think Kobe Bamba and Zamar Scruggs, definitely. And Hodge says, Smitty said before, making graphics is important for coaches, but you could hire someone too, I think. Yeah, you definitely can hire someone. Smitty's just about the content. He just want to make sure you getting the content in.
Yeah.
As long as you getting the content in, he ain't tripping. As long as it's on your page has content, and we see a lot of coaches are slipping. Start calling these guys out. Start calling these guys out. The community. I need y'all to call these coaches out, man. I'm not doing these graphics and podcasts for these guys to just get an easy job and they don't got to do nothing. I want content from everybody. Mix makes amazing content. Coach Dunn, amazing content. Coach Mitchie, good content. He works with Bizu. Yeah, just a ton of coaches. Coach Bill with great content. We even got Rolling with his podcast and his content when the season is around. So start calling out these coaches that ain't doing it. We got the Bulls coach with great content. We got Coach Back even trying to get it, and he has a good podcast. So where certain guys don't have strengths with the graphics, they're doing things as far as podcasting and working their way in other directions. So yeah, call these guys out, man. Call these guys out.
Yeah, CC. I know how to do some of it, but I also got a cousin that does Photoshop, and he's helping me a little bit.
See the light, yeah. Now I definitely see you, Euro, man. We got that running back segment, but we running late, man. It's 8:44. That means Mix is about to go live any second, man. So make sure y'all head over to that Miami game. I'm gonna be there. Of course, it's on ESPN2. But we just got to get used to Twitch, man. We just got to get used to it. That's not no knock to Mix. Mix is still A1 top tier podcast commentator, man. But it's just that Twitch interface, man, that kills it. But yeah, a lot of coaches not dropping content though. But it's on y'all to get on these coaches and make them drop content, man. Make these coaches drop content. Hit them up. Tell them drop something. Give them something. Y'all want to see their teams. Like it shouldn't be the same. 10 maybe 10 teams posting content and everybody's looking for the 10 teams. I need it to be 30 podcasts. I need it to be so many different things going on that we can't even keep up no more. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want it to be. Thank you guys for pulling up, man. Y'all know I gotta play the music for the outro, so don't go nowhere. Yet. I'm gonna play that music on the outro.
Man, go ahead and play it, man.
Yeah, let's go.
Shades is crazy.
Yeah.
Y'all see the background back here?
My guy got that. Yes, he's doing the thing. Yeah, turn up. Turn up, yeah. That's how I want you guys, man. Catch the spirit on here. But this the outro. Thank you guys. On your way out, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm still gonna do that giveaway for y'all, but we gotta get to this game. So pardon me. See y'all at the game. This is the outro. Shout out to Coach Q-Pot. Shout out to ESJ, man. RFL, League First. We here. Y'all know how we rockin'. Let's go. Yeah. I be feeling like a DJ when I'm in the booth and the music gets to playing. Like, oh Lord. Yeah. Turn up. Oh, it's on YouTube? Oh, it's on YouTube. We lit. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. It's the BoomCast Live. It's your boy, Coach Moolah, a.k.a. AR, a.k.a. Chief Moolah, whatever you want to call me. Follow us at RFL Gunners. Shout out to Q-Pac once again. Shout out to ESJ. Follow him on Instagram. I don't know if Q-Pac got the coach's page, but let them know where to find y'all at.
Not yet. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Appreciate you guys. We about to get out of here, though. It's that time. Let's go. Let the beat drop. Yeah. That beat drop be too tough. That little pause right there. Get me in my bag. Word. Let's go. Hashtag League First. We out of here, y'all. Appreciate all the love. Make sure to leave them likes.